It's time that we have the talk. Not the birds and the bees talk, but an even tougher discussion. It's time for Infinity Ward to go. Let me get one thing out of the way. I don't like Infinity Ward. I haven't really liked an Infinity Ward game since probably Modern Warfare 3. I did play the ever-loving crap out of Ghost, but that was because there was nothing else at the time when PS4 launched. Infinite Warfare made me gag, and Modern Warfare 2019 was a nice reboot, but it had some questionable design choices. And with the Bloomberg article that came out, I don't know, like a week or two ago, basically saying how Infinity Ward stepped into the development of Modern Warfare 3 and had developer Sledgehammer Games remove a potential Pick 10 system that would have been more of like a merge between the current Gunsmith and a Pick 10 system. Sledgehammer Games also wanted to add a traditional prestige system into the game, but again, Infinity Ward said no to Kevin Mutombo style. And unless it was some weird hot flash dream, I swear I saw something that said Infinity Ward had Sledgehammer Games change the entirety of the campaign because Sledgehammer Games wanted to do something kind of different from the main story of the Modern Warfare franchise. Look, we got a lot of positive changes in Modern Warfare 3, the slide canceling, map voting, ninja perks, various different things that you could name are very positive steps in the right direction moves for this game. But it's the fact that we could have had more things that the community has been begging the developers to put back into the game for the last 3-4 years that didn't make it because of one developer who somehow was able to call the shots is absolutely ludicrous. Which is why I don't think it makes any sense whatsoever to put Infinity Ward into any position of power to call the shots when this game, Modern Warfare 3, exists solely because of the failures of this developer. A developer that was tasked with rebooting the franchise and took a bunch of things that players liked out of the game and then never corrected dick when they were given the feedback to fix it in the following game. They never talked to anyone in the community, they never listened to any feedback they were given, they just continued on this weird path of development that everyone hated, and then again, we have a game that exists solely because of their fuck-ups. And somehow, some way, they're able to call the shots and determine the future of this franchise. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I don't know how you could even justify putting them as a lead studio or the shot caller or whatever you want to call them in this situation as the kind of driving force for decisions in this franchise, especially when they prove time and time again they can barely design a video game that people enjoy. Hell, I get more enjoyment watching shitty Hallmark movies during Christmas time than I do playing Infinity Ward Call of Duty games. They just consistently seem to find a way to design the most mid or below average game possible and then somehow are still calling the shots. It is really mind-boggling to me that is what potentially happened in this situation. And if we've seen anything from Modern Warfare 3, it's how a development studio should work for a massive multiplayer title. Sledgehammer Games has done an amazing job at communicating with this fan base and listening to feedback. If things don't work, they're going to explain why it doesn't work. If things do work, they're going to say, hey, we're going to try it out. They're putting out an experimental playlist, for God's sakes, to trial run all these different decisions that are being put into the game. And you're telling me at any point in Modern Warfare 2's development, Infinity Ward didn't turn around with all the feedback they were being given and say, let's try an experimental playlist and see what people think and what they like and don't like. That is what Call of Duty has needed for years, to trial run different things that players have been giving feedback about. That is absolute genius on Sledgehammer's part. But here's what I think needs to happen next. Infinity Ward should not be making another Call of Duty title. If they do, it should be in some support role. I don't think they can do a mainstay Call of Duty title. Like I said, maybe move them to a support role, or better yet, give them a new IP to work on. It seems like they really want to work on some sort of Battlefield Call of Duty hybrid, something ultra serious and more realistic than they do a Call of Duty game. Call of Duty is a very arcade, really over-the-top style game, shooter, whatever you want to call it, where I feel like they're just trying to go more serious and more gritty with the more recent Call of Duties. And having this kind of inconsistency in tone and what they're all doing is making it a nightmare. I think if you just gave Infinity Ward the keys to a new property and said, design something new, I don't care what you design, because if people like it, they like it, they don't, and we'll go from there. I think that's the better choice. They haven't developed a good game in a while. In a long time, it's been a good Call of Duty designed by Infinity Ward. I don't know what else to really say beyond that. Because the way I look at it right now, Infinity Ward, the current studio, is living in the glory days of a studio that is no longer there. You know where that studio is? At EA Games, called Respawn Entertainment, Most of the people that worked at that studio are now gone. There might be a few that, stuck around over the years, but I would bet most of them either left for better studios or left during the Respawn creation. Again, honestly, it makes no sense that Infinity Ward's calling any goddamn shots involving the Call of Duty franchise and its future development, anything. They should have zero say on how to develop a video game. They should use whatever Sledgehammer Games is doing as kind of a blueprint for how they design video games, how they communicate with their entire community, how they design video games in the future. All this, what's happening in front of us, is good. I'm very happy with what's happening in Modern Warfare 3. Am I happy it's $70? No, absolutely not. But am I happy that they're listening to the community and putting out a good product for me to play on a week-to-week basis? Yeah, absolutely, because it feels like I'm being listened to, which is all I want. All I want is someone to listen to me. Right? Anyone? Okay. Anyways, I'd like to know what you have to say in the comment section below. Do you think Infinity Ward should continue to make Call of Duty games? If not, what do you think they should do? Are they a support role? Do you think they should develop a new IP? I'd love to know what you have to say in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, great. If you didn't, well, it doesn't get much better. But if you liked it just enough, maybe consider subscribing and leaving a like. That would be really helpful on this channel. And thanks for watching, and well, bye.